This is everything you're going to need, and I listed out, but I cannot talk that fast. This pattern was written holding 2 yarns together. You can do 1 color with 2 yarns, or you can do 2 colors. You're going to start off by holding those 2 together, and you're going to make a slip knot, and then you're going to chain 18 stitches. Once you have your 18 stitches, you're going to go into the second stitch from the hook, and you're going to make a single crochet. And then you're going to continue to do this across the next 15 stitches, so 16 single crochets in total, and you will have 1 stitch left at the end. As we reach the final chain, we're going to make 2, so you're going to do 3 single crochets in that last chain. And now we're going to turn our work so that we're working on the other side of our original chain, and we are going to single crochet in 17 stitches, starting with that first one, until we reach the last chain of this side. As we reach that last chain on this side, we are again going to make 3 single crochets in the same stitch so that we make 2 extra stitches. And now we have finished increasing our stitches, and we should have a total of 39 stitches, so make sure you count. Now that we're done increasing stitches, we are going to single crochet in all 39 stitches until the bag measures around 6 inches tall, or however tall you want it to be. If your yarn stretches quite a bit, you may want to stretch it while you measure, just so then you can get a good idea of how tall it's going to be when you have stuff in it and you're using it. One note to figure out where you're at in the round: the side that does have a tail is halfway through your round, and the side that does not have a tail is where you start your round and finish it. Now that our bag is around 6 inches, bind off on the side that does not have the tail, and you're going to cut a tail and pull it through the last stitch that you just made. I like to weave this into the next stitch so that it has a little bit of a cleaner look. Now to start the strap, you're going to hold both yarns together again, and you're going to make a slip knot, and then you're going to chain 6. To have a cleaner edge, I like to single crochet in the back loop of the chain, which you can see here, and you're going to single crochet 5 stitches. You can also do it a regular way when you go into the V, up to you. Now that we've reached the end of this row, we are going to chain 1, and then we will wrap around to work on the other side, and you are going to make a single crochet in the second stitch from your hook in the back loop only, and you are going to do back loop only single crochets across all 5 stitches and then chain 1, and then you will continue to work like this until your strap measures roughly 30 inches. However, depending on how much your yarn stretches, you may need to make it shorter. I would suggest stretching out your strap while you measure to ensure that you don't have an extra long strap, because as soon as you put all of your stuff in your bag, the strap is going to grow. just like with the body of the bag, you're going to cut a long tail and pull that tail through the last stitch to bind off your work. Laying your bag flat, you're going to find that stitch that's at the very end, and you're going to count 2 stitches to the right and mark that stitch off. And then you're going to count 2 stitches to the left, or 4 stitches from that marker that you just placed, so that there's a total of 5 stitches to line up your strap for when you're going to sew it on. And then once you have those stitches marked, just make sure that they line up evenly so that you don't have a wonky bag. And now we're going to take our strap and make sure that it's lined up with the stitch markers. And then we're going to take a long tail and we're going to weave in the front loops of the bag and the front loops of the strap together. Making sure that the edge of the strap is lined up with the stitch marker, I'm going to go from bottom to top in the front loop only on the bag into the bottom of the front loop up to the top of the front loop on the strap. And then I'm going to continue doing this where I go in the front loop on one side and down into the front loop on the other side, in and out weaving until that side is sewed in. Now I'm going to turn the bag and I'm going to work in our new front loop, in and out, going from top to bottom and then bottom to top, working in only that front loop, which was previously our back loop. From here, you can cut a desired tail to hang or enough to be able to weave in later. And then you're going to go ahead and do the same exact thing on the other side. So you're going to find that edge loop and then you're going to count the 5 stitches that your strap is going to line up with. Now we're going to line up the edges with the place markers, making sure that the strap is not twisted, and then we're going to weave in front loops only, going from bottom to top and then top to bottom. And then again, we're going to turn the bag and do front loop only, going from top to bottom, bottom to top. The framework of your bag is done. The hard part is over. This is where you get to make it yours. Add a bow, add some loose ends, or if you don't want anything hanging, weave in those ends. Make it completely yours. I really hope you enjoyed this pattern. If you have any feedback, please let me know in the comments, or you can email me or reach out to me on Instagram. I would love to hear your feedback. I would also love to see your bag, so please send me a photo, or if you post on social media, please tag me because I'm so excited to see what you guys make. Thank you so much for trying out this pattern. I very much appreciate it, and I hope you loved it.